I'm trying out multiple video to motion capture options so you don't have to. And today we're going to be diving into QuickMagic. Now QuickMagic has some really cool features that I'm actually really excited to try out. It has support for multiple people and you can select which ones. There's really easy export options to Mixamo and Unreal Skeletons. And they even have face capture utilizing ARKit. So let's dive in and see how it does. And if you're interested in QuickMagic, I got some links below in the description and pinned comment if you're interested. All right, let's go. Now in my testing for video to motion capture, as I'm going through all these softwares, I'm using the same videos that I did in my first video where I went over Cartwheel. I figure why not have the same so we can kind of test and compare between all of them. Now in that video, I go more in depth on my video recording tip because that was the first one, but here's a brief overview of things to look out for. Number one, make sure your full body is in frame. Two, try not to have a lot of things blocking you. A small amount isn't bad, but nothing is better. Three, reduce the motion blur by going to a higher frame rate or quicker shutter speed. The less blur, the more it can pick out your limbs. Four, last but not least, use a tripod or still camera whenever possible. You can move the camera a little bit, but stationary is always best. So I'm here in my browser and QuickMagic is browser based, just kind of like Cartwheel. And you can see I have these V-coins. V-coins are the currency that you use in QuickMagic. If I'm not mistaken, it costs 1 coin per second. We can click to import a video and we'll get that in a moment. But the output format, and this is what I'm excited about because I love having the ability to have a bunch of different skeletons that I can export as. There's a girl FBX and boy FBX. These are fun little like anime characters, but the ones I'm excited about are Mixamo. And also Unreal as well. We'll try the only face, we'll do that last, but it's cool. There's like CC and iClone, so character creator, if you're interested in bringing it into there. There's Unity, Cinema 4D, there's Roblox, there's these kind of virtual avatars. It's really pretty cool. Mixamo is usually what I do. Mixamo is, I feel like a standard across a lot of things. Everybody has it as a preset or something, so that's what I use, because I use Advanced Skeleton in Maya, and if I'm animating in Unreal, you could still use Mixamo. It's so easy to retarget to an Unreal skeleton. But let's click and import the first video. Oh, these were from my, okay. So these videos were from my phone and I guess it wasn't H.264. I thought it was for some reason. So since my video isn't that, I'm just gonna go encode it quick. So I have them all encoded. Let's go to walk around H.264. What are you talking about? So even though it was H.264, I still had to transcode it. That's fine, as long as it's working this time. All right, so this is cool. It looks to actually detect the people in here. And I can trim it if I want. Yeah, let's just go next. Please select your, oh, this is where we select. So I'm gonna choose Mixamo. So you do have to select it beforehand. Oh, and it puts it on the character. That's cool. So you can select probably different things for different people. Next, all right, here we go. Full body, hand. Yep, that's what we want. Select the first keyframe of animation. This is important. We want it T-pose, not the original pose, because when we export this out, I want it to be easy to actually retarget to my character. Frame rate selection, I'm just gonna do 24 because that's what I animated. And this is the physical optimization. There's a version 1 and a version 2. Version 2 is in beta, but from what I saw, it looks a lot better. There's more detail and Mixamo allows for it. So I'm gonna do version 2 and there's an iteration multiplier. Oh, cool. Let's try it. Anti-clipping. Oh, interesting. That's cool. I think I'm gonna keep it off, but they have an anti-clipping function? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that. Basically, it'll try to prevent like the hand going into the hand or something. And I do like this. It tells you before you generate, it's gonna cost 29 tokens or V. So let's generate. You know what? It says 7 minutes. I'm gonna upload all these other ones. Let's do it. So all 4 of those are in progress. That's awesome. This one I haven't done in my other videos because they don't have facial capture. Utilizes Apple ARKit. Let's see how good it does because this could be like a really good option for some facial capture. Testing out the facial capture in QuickMagic. Let's see how it does. Wow. All right, let's see. Character only face, face only face. Yeah, 24. Let's do it. Let's upload it. And our first one is ready. All right, see, I knew it was good to upload these. One of the things I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna walk and talk and see what that will do, how that is gonna look. All right. So I think looking at this, I'm just gonna talk over as it plays consistently. I think overall it's pretty good. it does do some weird things, like right there. My hips go crazy. Even there. And I noticed this too in Reillusion iClone. I don't know if I picked it out, but it just tends to think it might have been because of lighting. Maybe it just thought it was all one. A few hiccups that you would want to kind of clean up, but that aside, everything is actually still really good. It does the hand thing. The wrist is kind of moving a little funky in that moment where it goes over, and then the hips go a little crazy, but it's still really nice. I feel like there's more detail in this. So far, I feel like it's a little bit more natural moving. There are the hip and the wrist thing, so it's not like perfect, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Okay, ground. The ground one is where I'm always interested in. Wow, so, okay, it's actually tracking that knee. That's really, really good. I think that's the best ground mocap that we've gotten so far. Yeah, that's the cleanest ground mocap. That's impressive. There's a few pops in the legs. Those are, I feel like pops are normal in mocap. And then I think as I'm leaving, it's almost this weird like lean. I don't know if I was doing that. Let me see. May have exaggerated it like a little bit. Yeah, I'm not leaning over that much, but that's an easy adjust. This is what I'm impressed about. Like, yeah, there are a few pops, but as I always say, what is my motto? Any mocap needs cleanup. I want you to repeat it back. Any mocap needs cleanup. When we're reviewing or judging video to mocap, or any mocap for that matter, suit or no suit, we cannot be looking for the perfect solution where we don't do anything, because I frankly just don't think that exists. There are ones that are better for certain situations, and I think right now QuickMagic is the better situation for ground. That's really pretty awesome. That's really pretty awesome. All right, I'm impressed there. Subtle. We're moving on to the subtle one. I wish I could scroll here to look at it. I think it might be missing like a small head shake here. Yeah, it's missing a few little small like movements. It's funny, you might be thinking watching these like the most extreme ones are going to be the big action and everything. And really it's the subtle one. When you're going from like a big fight thing, that's complex. But then there's another complexity when it comes to subtle like acting shots. One, you want to make it feel natural. You want to make sure you're feeling the emotion of the character. And, you know, even for this software, it's harder for it to pick up on the subtlety, because the difference between like this and this, you know, we can animate that, but as it's picking it out, it's really hard for it to like fully see the difference. So when it's a really small move, if it can really pick up a lot of that, I'm impressed. This one, it picks up most of it. There are a few floaty moments. Even with the hand point, there's just like a moment where it kind of snaps down. So is it perfect? No. Is any mocap perfect? No. But I'd say this is a really good start. It's definitely usable. So, and that's what we want. All right, and then the last full body one is the fight one. Yeah, it does pretty well. See, I feel like it's easier for these systems to capture something like this because it's broader movement. So you could really see the change. That left foot over there, similar to the Reillusion one, it kind of slides a little bit more. It doesn't really lift up. It's such a small little weight adjustment though. So like I understand why it wouldn't pick it up, because I had dark socks on. The lighting wasn't the brightest there. So for all of those conditions, it does it really well. Yeah, I think this looks great. Nice job, QuickMagic. Nice job. All right, and here we go. We're gonna get into the facial capture. The facial capture is the thing that is like so unique to this. Okay, I just have to be honest here. I'm not really impressed by this. I think it's a good start. I don't know where the facial capture is in the pipeline. Is this still testing or something? But it doesn't really pick up on a lot of the moves that I'm doing, or at least the extremity. That also is the limit of ARKit. Apple ARKit is limited to what your blend shapes will be. So maybe it's something that you can optimize, you know, as far as the blend shapes, but it would need a lot more work to really get it to what my reference is looking like. This might be solid for some people. That's fine. Personally, I think I would either do a different facial capture system or I would just hand key it. But it's good to check out. It's good to check out, good to test, and I'm definitely curious to test this in a little bit to see if it improves. All right, well that's QuickMagic. Any of these takes we could download and it's gonna go into our file browser and then we could retarget it to anything. So I think QuickMagic is pretty awesome. It's very impressive for big motion, all these things. Subtlety, I think there's a small little bit of work to do there, but it's close. It's not far. It's funny, the one thing that I notice as far as my captures go is that it likes to like make my hips pop. I don't know if that's me or if that's QuickMagic. I don't think my hips are popping like that as I walk, but I think more so it's because of the lighting on my pants. If it's like solid color, it's a little harder for it to actually figure out. So maybe that's on me. But thank you so much. Let me know, are you interested in QuickMagic? Are you gonna be trying it out for any of your projects? Let me know down below in the comments, and there's also a link there if you are interested in trying it out. But thank you so much, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Have fun animating.